MJ. Oh, he did it! And Michael shakes the finger.
Inbounds. Here it is again. Oh! After that shot, instead of powering it and dunking it, Jordan basket, the left-handed jam.
In the 80s and 90s, Michael Jordan wasn't just a name. He was the living dream of America, from a humble kid in North Carolina rising to the pinnacle of basketball, where his precise fadeaway jump shots and powerful slam dunks made our hearts race in front of the TV every night. But behind the Chicago Bulls' domination of the court after the legendary performances of Air Jordan lies a mystery that lingers. The magnificent mansion in Highland Park, Chicago, which he once called home, has been abandoned for over a decade. What caused such a lavish property, once a shining symbol of success, where Michael Jordan reached his peak, to fall into oblivion for 12 years, only to be put up for sale at a drastically plummeting price, so cheap that no one even glanced at it? What was found inside that opulent mansion will surely surprise you. Right now, let's explore the mysterious estate and the life of the immortal legend, Michael Jordan. Don't forget to hit like, share, and subscribe to the channel to not miss the next top-notch stories. Modest height nearly shatters a dream. Michael Jeffrey Jordan was born on February 17, 1963, in Brooklyn, New York, USA, the son of Dolores, a bank employee, and James R. Jordan Sr., an equipment supervisor. He has two older brothers, James Jr. and Larry, and two sisters, Dolores and Rosalind. The Jordan family emphasized discipline, hard work, and perseverance, qualities that later became the foundation of his legendary career. In 1968, when Jordan was 5 years old, his family moved to Wilmington, North Carolina, a smaller city with a more stable living environment for their children's development. Here, Jordan began to show a passion for sports, often playing basketball with his brother Larry, who had superior skills and was a driving force for him to constantly strive to improve himself. Jordan attended Emsley A. Laney High School, where he participated not only in basketball but also tried baseball and football. However, basketball was the sport he was most passionate about. In his sophomore year, Jordan was not selected for the school's varsity basketball team due to his height of only 5 feet 11 inches. But the following summer, Jordan underwent a remarkable physical development, growing 4 inches taller, giving him a significant advantage when playing. In his senior year of high school, Michael Jordan not only confirmed his talent, but also attracted the attention of scouts nationwide. One of the most important milestones in his high school basketball career was being selected to participate in the 1981 McDonald's All-American Game, a prestigious event that brought together the best high school players in the United States. In this game, Jordan scored 30 points, leaving a strong impression with his diverse scoring ability, quick speed, and fierce competitive spirit. That excellent performance not only helped him assert his position, but also solidified his reputation as one of the top promising talents of his generation. Thanks to his brilliant performance throughout his high school years, Jordan received a basketball scholarship from the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill in 1981. The reason he chose UNC was not only because it was one of the top basketball programs at the time, but also because of the guidance of legendary coach Dean Smith, who was famous for his ability to develop young talent and build a disciplined, team-oriented style of play. In his freshman season, Jordan had a defining moment that helped him make his mark in the college basketball scene. In the 1982 NCAA championship final, with only seconds remaining, Jordan received the ball and made the decisive shot, helping UNC defeat Patrick Ewing's future legendary Georgetown Hoyas. This basket not only brought the championship title to North Carolina, but also solidified Jordan's reputation as a rising star, attracting national attention. Later, Jordan recalled this moment and called it a major turning point in his career, giving him more confidence to conquer greater challenges. But for many Michael fans, the turning point they remember most was probably on that fateful night of the 1984 NBA draft, when the entire auditorium held its breath, waiting for the talented Michael Jordan's name to be called. The decision to drop out of the University of North Carolina to participate in this important event surprised many. Jordan understood that this was his chance to realize his professional basketball dream, and he did not hesitate to seize it. The great career of a legend. Despite being highly rated when entering the 1984 NBA draft, Jordan was not the first pick. The Houston Rockets selected Hakeem Olajuwon, a talented center from the University of Houston, in the first position. This was a reasonable decision, as Olajuwon had proven his ability to dominate at the big man position, which was very important in the NBA at that time. However, a big surprise happened when the Portland Trail Blazers decided to choose Sam Bowie in the second position instead of Jordan. And the Chicago Bulls, a team that was not very strong at the time, did not miss the opportunity and immediately selected Jordan in the third position. This was the turning point that completely changed the fate of the team. At that time, the Bulls were struggling to find a star who could bring them back to their glory days. No one could have imagined that the young man from North Carolina would not only become an outstanding player, but also change the entire face of the NBA. Jordan's first season with the Bulls immediately caused a sensation. He won the Rookie of the Year award with an average of 28.2 points per game. Right from the first games, Jordan attracted the attention of not only Chicago fans, but the entire NBA. The Bulls' games suddenly became more attractive. The United Center Stadium began to fill up, and a new wave of fans gradually formed around the name Michael Jordan. This was the moment that marked the beginning of a legendary dynasty, where Jordan not only became a great player, but also changed the entire global basketball culture. That season, the Bulls made it to the playoffs, but were eliminated by the Milwaukee Bucks in the first round. The second season, 1985-86, was a big challenge when Jordan suffered a severe leg injury and only played 18 games in the regular season. However, in the playoffs, he returned strongly with one of the greatest performances in NBA history, scoring 63 points against the Boston Celtics in the first-round game, a playoffs record that has yet to be broken. Although the Bulls lost the game and were eliminated, legendary Celtics coach Larry Bird exclaimed, "I think I just saw God disguised as Michael Jordan on the basketball court." From the 1986-87 season onward, Jordan truly became a superstar. He averaged 37.1 points per game in that season, an incredible number, although the Bulls were not yet strong enough to compete for titles. By 1987-88, Jordan not only won the NBA Most Valuable Player award for the first time, but also won the Defensive Player of the Year award, proving that he was not only a scoring machine, but also a top defender. Jordan and the Chicago Bulls won their first NBA championship in 1991 after defeating Magic Johnson's Los Angeles Lakers. This was a pivotal moment, marking the transition between two generations of NBA superstars. Jordan continued to dominate the league, leading the Bulls to two more titles in 1992 and 1993, completing a three-peat. During this time, he also became a global icon with Nike's Air Jordan brand and a key role in the 1992 U.S. Dream Team at the Olympics, the greatest basketball team in history. However, in October 1993, Jordan unexpectedly announced his retirement at the age of 30 after the death of his father. He switched to playing professional baseball in the Chicago White Sox's minor league system, a decision that shocked the basketball world. However, his passion for basketball never waned. In March 1995, Jordan returned to the NBA with a short but symbolic message: "I'm back." Although the Bulls could not win the championship in Jordan's return season, just 1 year later, he and the team entered their second period of dominance. From 1996 to 1998, the Chicago Bulls won 3 consecutive championships, with the 1995-96 season being particularly impressive when they achieved a 72-10 record, an NBA record at the time. Jordan continued to win the MVP award and became the most influential player in basketball history. After his sixth NBA championship in 1998, Jordan announced his second retirement. However, in 2001, he unexpectedly returned to play for the Washington Wizards as a player and manager. Although no longer at his peak, Jordan still showed the class of a legend, with games scoring over 40 points despite being over 40 years old. He retired for the last time in 2003, ending a great career with 6 NBA championships, 5 MVP awards, and a legacy that cannot be erased in basketball history. Michael Jordan is not only the greatest basketball legend of all time, but also a symbol of wealth and power, with an estimated net worth of $3.5 billion, according to Forbes. From his days dominating the court with the Chicago Bulls, he has built an empire that extends far beyond his divine jumps or multi-million-dollar contracts with Nike. Among them, real estate is an important part, reflecting not only luxury, but also the mysteries in his life. Houses that are not just places to live, but also pieces that tell the story of a man who always lived under the pressure of the spotlight. Billion-dollar fortune. One of Jordan's biggest revenue streams is the Air Jordan brand, launched in 1984 after he signed a contract with Nike. At that time, Nike was still a fledgling company in the basketball shoe market and took a big gamble on Jordan. Initially, they only expected revenue of $3 million in the first 3 years, but Air Jordan quickly became a sensation, generating $126 million in the first year alone. The brand not only changed the sports shoe industry, but also became a cultural icon, favored by hip-hop stars, athletes, and young people worldwide. Jordan earns 5% profit from each pair of shoes sold, helping him earn over $260 million in 2022 alone, more than the salary he received during his 15-year NBA career. Besides Air Jordan, investing in the Charlotte Hornets was also one of Jordan's most important business moves. In 2010, he bought a majority stake in the team for $275 million, becoming the first former player to own an NBA team. Under Jordan's leadership, although the Hornets did not achieve much success on the court, the team's value still increased sharply thanks to the growth of the NBA. In 2023, he sold a majority stake for $3 billion, earning a profit of more than 10 times his initial investment. Not stopping at basketball, Jordan also diversified his investment portfolio into many other areas. He owns a chain of Nissan dealerships in Durham, North Carolina, one of the most successful car dealerships in the region. In the culinary field, Jordan once ran the Michael Jordan Steakhouse chain, serving premium steaks in major cities like New York, Chicago, and Connecticut. One of Jordan's most unique investments is the Grove 23 golf course in Florida, also known as Slaughterhouse 23, because its special design gives him an advantage over his guests. Jordan also entered the technology sector when he became a shareholder of DraftKings in 2020, a rapidly growing online sports betting company. In addition to business, Jordan is also famous for his luxurious lifestyle. He owns a private Gulfstream G650ER jet worth $70 million, customized with a blue and white color scheme, the legendary Jumpman logo, and tail number N236MJ, symbolizing his jersey number 23. Jordan also has a collection of expensive supercars, including rare models like the Ferrari 599 GTB Fiorano, Porsche 911 Turbo S, and Bugatti Veyron Sang Noir. Not stopping there, he also owns a series of luxurious real estate properties. Jupiter, Florida Mansion. Leaving Chicago, Jordan found peace in Jupiter, Florida, where he owns a 28,000 square foot, approximately 2,600 square meters, mansion in the Bears Club community, an area famous for its premium golf courses. Buying the 3-acre plot in 2010 for $4.8 million US, Jordan invested millions more to build an 11-bedroom mansion, completed in 2013. This is where he lives with his second wife, Yvette Prieto, and their twin daughters. With a media room, pool house, and modern sports facilities, this home is a testament to the luxurious lifestyle of a billionaire who has left the spotlight. Lake Cornelius, North Carolina home. As the owner of the Charlotte Hornets from 2010, before selling a majority stake in 2023, for $3 billion USD, Jordan needed a foothold in North Carolina. In 2011, he bought a beautiful lake house in Cornelius, about a 30-minute drive from Charlotte, for $2.8 million US. The 12,300 square foot home is located on the Peninsula Golf Course, with 6 bedrooms and panoramic views of Lake Norman through floor-to-ceiling glass windows. With a spiral staircase, outdoor pool, and private dock, this is a perfect retreat for a man always seeking a balance between work and relaxation. Other properties, from Utah to France. In addition to his 3 main properties, Jordan also owns many other notable homes. In Park City, Utah, he has a 9,574 square foot vacation home worth $7.5 million US, with 5 bedrooms and views of the Wasatch Mountains. Although it has been listed for sale for several years, it has not yet found a buyer, once again raising questions about the strange appeal of Jordan-branded assets. He also owns a luxurious penthouse in Chicago, bought in 1992 for $3 million US, and a 7,000 square foot apartment at the Trust Condos in Charlotte, with a private elevator and 360-degree views of the city center. From the magnificent mansions stretching across the United States, where every stone is engraved with Michael Jordan's wealth and power, one cannot help but wonder what caused the famous mansion in Highland Park, Chicago, a luxurious masterpiece, to wait more than a decade to find an owner. Mansion abandoned for over a decade. The mansion in Highland Park, a suburb of Chicago, is not just a house, it is a fortress. Built in 1994, when Jordan was at the peak of his career with the Chicago Bulls, it was once his home with his ex-wife Juanita and their 3 children. With an area of over 5,000 square meters, a giant iron gate engraved with the legendary number 23, a standard basketball court, an infinity pool, and even a private fish pond, it is like a small kingdom in the heart of America. But what caused such a luxurious property to be abandoned, put up for sale in 2012 with a starting price of $29 million US, and then finally sold in 2024 for a deeply discounted price of $9.5 million US? The mystery lies not in the material value, but in the story behind it. It is rumored that this house is not just a place to live, but a living museum of Jordan, a place that preserves memories, achievements, and even wounds. The interior is personalized to an extreme degree, from a library with a large screen that turns into a movie theater to a pool table taken from the mansion of a notorious entertainment tycoon, all bearing his mark. But that personalization became a curse. Real estate experts once said, "This is not a house, this is Michael Jordan." Who dares to live in a space that is so imbued with the essence of a legend, where every corner tells the story of the man who once amazed the world? More than a decade has passed, and the mansion still stands, cold and silent, like a ghost of the glorious past. Jordan tried everything, reducing the price by nearly half, giving away a full collection of Air Jordan versions to the buyer, even hiring caretakers to prevent it from falling into disrepair. But no one dared to sign. Was it because of the property tax of more than $130,000 US per year that he still had to pay? Or something deeper? Some whisper that the house is haunted, not by ghosts, but by Jordan's own overwhelming shadow. They say that when you step through the gate number 23, you are not just buying a house, but also buying the pressure of living under a faded spotlight. Finally, in 2024, after 12 long years, the mansion found a new owner. But the truth remains hidden. Who is the buyer, and why did they agree to enter a territory that dozens of others had refused? Jordan, now living in Florida with his second wife and twin daughters, seems to have let go of the past. But his other properties, from the high-end apartment in North Carolina to the mansion in Florida, continue to tell unfinished stories. Are they pieces of a perfect life, or just shells hiding the real Michael Jordan? A man even he doesn't want to face. Michael Jordan, a name synonymous with greatness, with impossible jumps, and the aura of 6 NBA championship rings. But behind the image of the undefeated Air Jordan is a secret no one dares to say aloud. His gambling addiction, a silent storm that swept him into dark corners that even the spotlight could not reach. In the world of cards, roulette balls, and million-dollar bets, Jordan is not just a player. He is an addict, and that story is covered by the perfect shell of a legend. NBA's gambling addict. It all started as a harmless hobby. While playing for the Chicago Bulls, Jordan frequently appeared at casinos in Atlantic City, where he could spend hours at the blackjack table or betting on golf with friends. Those close to him recounted that he never knew when to stop. Each loss was a time he increased his bet, as if losing was something he couldn't accept, whether on the basketball court or in the casino. But what turned that hobby into an obsessive addiction? Some say it was Jordan's competitive nature, someone who never gave in. Others whispered it was his way of escaping the pressure of fame, an escape he couldn't find anywhere else. The real mystery began when the huge numbers came to light. In 1991, a check for $57,000 from Jordan was found in the hands of James "Slim" Booler, a notorious drug dealer and gambler in North Carolina. Jordan claimed it was just a business loan, but that explanation didn't convince anyone. Less than 2 years later, another check for $108,000 surfaced, this time involving Richard Esquinas, a businessman in San Diego who claimed Jordan owed him over $1.2 million from golf bets. Esquinas even wrote a book, Michael and Me, Our Gambling Addiction, to recount the long nights of crazy betting with Jordan. Those who faced Jordan in card games recounted that he didn't just play to win, he played as if it were a life or death match. Once in Atlantic City, he reportedly lost $5 million in one night, but the next morning, he stepped onto the court as if nothing had happened. That terrifying composure made people wonder, what was he hiding? Had Jordan signed secret contracts with loan sharks, or was he caught in a larger web that even he couldn't escape? When the NBA opened an investigation into his gambling habits in 1993, the official conclusion was, no violation of the law. But that report was more like a cover, protecting the image of the league's brightest star rather than revealing the truth. Jordan's gambling addiction didn't stop when he retired. Even when living in Florida with his new family, he was still spotted at casinos in Las Vegas, or betting on golf with amounts that would make ordinary people shudder. An old friend once said, Michael doesn't gamble for the money. He plays for the feeling of control, and when he loses control, he dives even deeper. Although behind the court, Jordan is a heavy gambling addict. But it's not too much to say Michael Jordan is a cultural icon with a profound influence on a global scale. His captivating playing style, fierce winning spirit, and never-give-up desire have inspired millions of fans and athletes around the world. In particular, Michael Jordan can be considered one of the pioneering athletes for how to build and make money from his own brand. Influence on global basketball culture. Not stopping at sports, Jordan also became a pop culture icon. He appeared on the covers of Time, Sports Illustrated, and GQ magazines. participated in popular television shows, and even starred in the 1996 movie Space Jam, a beloved live-action animated film worldwide. This film not only solidified Jordan's superstar image, but also helped attract a younger generation to basketball. Jordan's contract with Nike to launch the Air Jordan 1 shoe line was a historic decision in the sports and fashion industry. From its release, the shoe created a global sensation, despite the NBA banning Jordan from wearing them on the court due to violating color regulations. However, instead of yielding, Nike used this ban to launch a breakthrough advertising campaign, asserting that every time Jordan wore Air Jordans on the court, he would be fined $5,000, and Nike was willing to pay it all. This strategy created a strong viral effect, turning Air Jordans into a symbol of rebellion, style, and personality, helping sales explode. The success of Air Jordans not only brought huge profits to Nike, but also completely changed the way athletes approach commerce and build personal brands. Before Jordan, most athletes only earned money from salaries and bonuses. But after Jordan, partnering with major brands to build a business empire became a common trend. In addition, Jordan continues his philanthropic activities quietly but meaningfully. From 2001 to 2014, Jordan organized the annual Michael Jordan Celebrity Invitational Golf Tournament, raising millions of dollars for various charities. In 2006, he and his ex-wife Juanita pledged $5 million to Hales Franciscan High School in Chicago to support student education. His Jordan brand has also contributed to organizations like Habitat for Humanity and Boys and Girls Clubs of America in Louisiana. As a Chief Wish Ambassador for the Make-A-Wish Foundation since 2008, Jordan has fulfilled more than 200 wishes for children with critical illnesses as of 2013. In particular, on his 60th birthday in 2023, he donated $10 million to this organization, marking the largest personal contribution in Make-A-Wish's 43-year history. Thank you for joining us in exploring Michael Jordan's inspiring journey. Please note that all information in this video has been compiled from reputable sources and is for reference only. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel to not miss the next exciting stories.